Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So if any of you who watch this channel regularly know, I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition off and on for the last couple of weeks from a save that I had that I played kind of halfway through and given up, and I've made a couple of very short videos about why I think the game's really great and why it still stands up after 10 years, and during the current playthrough or while I'm playing, I got to this part where I thought, I remember seeing in the past people questioning online how you do this bit, so I just thought I'd make a very short video just to heads up anyone that's got to this bit, and that's all it's going to be really. So you get this mission, which is a story mission called What Pride Had Wrought, and you go into this big temple. There's a few choices you have to make when you're confronted with an ancient elf, and based on that, one of the things that can happen is that you'll end up having to follow the Sentinel Guide to the Well of Sorrows, and that's this little dude here with a stick and a book. He walks very slowly, and that's the guide you need to follow. And I remember when I first did this years ago, I was a bit confused. So all it is, and it's kind of common sense, but you don't realise when you're first doing it sometimes, because you're in the heat of like battle. So I think the first time I ever did this, and I think it's natural, when somebody runs off, and that's kind of what happens, I won't go into the whole story, somebody runs off, you kind of want to chase them, and you think you should do something immediate. So you do, you run off and look for a door and chase them, and by the time you've done that, you've forgotten what it said in the corner, and you've forgotten to find this guy, and sometimes you can't even find him again. And even if you do, when you play through it again, I think it saves at the point when you have to do this, so you can go back, auto saves. When you follow this guy, he walks very slowly, and there's at least once on this route where you're following him where there's Red Templars and you have to fight. And the thing is, don't. What you need to do is just follow him. He's got his own secret passages and secret pathways. So whatever happens, just keep following him. Don't follow off onto some, there might be some interesting loot. There is a few things with loot, but none of it's worth getting lost over or not finding him again. So don't go looking for extra loot. Don't go fighting Red Templars. You just follow him, stay behind him, follow him, literally. He'll go on a long walk, and there'll always be a temptation to run off somewhere and get something. And I can't tell you every time you run off just slightly to get something, it will affect what happens, but I wouldn't. But it's not worth it. He walks very slowly, so stay behind him. In the end, he'll come into this room, and he'll come into this thing where there's a kind of horse. I think it's a horse, or it could be no, it's more like an antelope, isn't it, or something, on the wall. And he'll stop there, and you'll think, well, this is where I'm meant to be. This must be a secret door or some, but it's not, it's just a room, which is a bit weird, because you'd expect there to be something in there. There's a bit of loot, but you'd think that if he stopped there, that's where it would kind of be, but it's not. He just stops there to be, he's sort of moonwalking there. Anyway, he just stops there to be irritating and ambiguous. So what you need to do then is you just have to run through this door to the side. It's closed at the time, but it's a door which would naturally be straight in. So you sort of come in here, that's where he stops, and you go into that, but actually you just want to keep going this way. And you'll get into this big room where there's loads of arches, and it looks very nice and ornate. And then you'll come to a door here. I've already opened one. And another door here. And then you've discovered the Well of Sorrows. So that's kind of how it works, and it is actually very straightforward. It's very simple. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to really. There's only one place where you have to fight Red Templars, and it's kind of obvious. You don't have to. It's not the first occasion. It's right near the part where you're these doors I just went through, and you'll have to fight one of those big giant burning ones and a few others to progress. But again, he's already done his part. Then he's already walked off to the side. And it is straightforward. Secret levers or things to reveal with Veilfire or anything, but it's just slightly obscure because of the way it's done, and because of your natural reaction to kind of run off straight away, or run off ahead of him, or do other stuff. So that's how you do get to the Well of Sorrows. You just literally follow the guy until you get to that room. You can go into that little room that he shows you from the side and get the loot. It's not really anything special anyway, but you just want to continue on to the left of that little room and go through the doors, next doors, and then you're on this balcony and you're overlooking here, and then you're there and you get a very pretty bird as well. There you go. So yeah, I remember when I first did this, I think more than once I ran ahead of myself because I was so desperate to chase down what was going on that I forgot what it said, and then I was like, follow, wait. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of a heads up if you've ever got stuck on this, and if you're playing it again, or if you've forgotten bits, which you do, you forget how you get through little parts of the game. That's just a heads up if you had to get through to the Well of Sorrows. Anyway, thanks for watching from Guessagaingaming. Take care.